Hello, all. This is Sampada Agarwal again today. Thank you so much for joining this session today. Today is the 6th of February, and hope you all had a good weekend. What I would like to talk about today a little bit is about a singer. So before we start Zentangle, I just wanted to kind of mention this is a very, very popular singer in India. She was bestowed the highest honor that one can get in India. She was called the Bharat Ratna, the jewel of India. And her name is Lata Mangeshkar. And she's a playback singer. And I grew up listening to her songs. And the soundtrack that is being played in the back today is one of my favorites of her songs. She sang, I think, more than, 30,000 songs or something. And I just thought that, just wanted to pay her a tribute for the great loss that we had. She was 92 and she passed away yesterday. So anyway, on to Zentangle. We just find peace and relaxation amongst all that is happening around us. So let's get down to Zentangle and let's get down to our tangling. So in the meantime, you can hopefully enjoy the soundtrack that I'm playing in the background today. So here again, we start with our Zentangle tile. And today I'm going to introduce a new set of tangles. The names are poke leaf and poke root. I'm also, I think, going to add a little bit of tipple, which we did last time. And all three of them are official Zentangle tangles. So today is the 6th of February. So now that we have documented what tangles we are going to talk about, let's start again with the border like we always do. We put, we do appreciate, of course, and feel grateful. So yeah, I'm grateful that you have taken the time out to watch and hopefully learn a little something about Zentangle. So here again, we did the corner dots, we did the border, and now this time, as far as string goes, because I wanted to do a tribute to Lata Mangeshkar ji, so I just am going to do a string that looks like this, a kind of a inclined line, because I plan to make a branch. So, and you'll see why I'm going to do a branch. Okay, so all I'm doing now here is this tangle called poke leaf. So what you do is you draw two parallel lines and you add a little curved line perpendicular to it, and then you add your leaf there, and now you just continue doing that. So this is poke leaf. So I'm going to just kind of draw a kind of a branch along this line here. And it doesn't have to be like, you can just go ahead and add leaves like so too. So I'm just going to add and I'm going to add some more leaves here as well. And you see how I'm drawing these leaves like as if there is something, if a leaf is covered, I just kind of draw behind it. This particular concept of drawing behind is very, very popular in the Zentangle world, where we just start with the leaf here, pretend that the stem is going further down, and then just draw the leaf like so. So this is poke leaf, okay? And I'm just randomly going about, not being too worked up about where exactly I'm putting my leaves. Right? So this is poke leaf, and now I'm going to add a little change to this. Instead of a pointy shape here, I'm drawing a bit of a round shape, and now I can just go ahead and add again another set of lines, this perpendicular line here, and then a orb. Remember, we talked about orbs. We don't talk circles, we talk orbs. So that's how my, so you almost can envision it's like a bough, a branch that is coming out, you know, and so this is how my tangle is looking. And now, because I am so much influenced by this really one in a million singer by the name of Lata Mangeshkar ji, I am going to add a little something to kind of remember her by, and I'm going to draw, or attempt to draw, and I hope I don't mess this up too much. Let's see how I do this. So I am going to attempt she was called the Nightingale of India. So what I'm doing here is I'm drawing a silhouette of a nightingale. flying away. She has left us, so. And because I want to draw a silhouette of it, I'm going to fill all this in. It's just a decision I made to make it into a silhouette. I could have easily added patterns in it, but I guess because we are talking about the passing away of somebody, I just wanted to add a bit of a gravity to the situation. And so I'm just going to draw a silhouette of a nightingale. And I'm going to take my time filling this black in so that it is completely and fully filled. So maybe the heavens today are going to be full of music. So I'm just going to add some notes here. And I think this is all my tile is going to be today. But we need to shade because life always comes in all different shades. It's not just black and white, right? So here I'm going to add a little something to each of these. Oh, you know what? Before I forgot. Before I shade it, I still haven't finished this. I need to add something in the background. So I'm going to actually fill all these spaces that we see. And if they're very small spaces, then I'm just going to fill it up. But if there is a little more room, then I'm going to fit in these orbs. Remember the orbs we talked about? That's the andTIPPLE. I'm just going to add the little bit of this curvature here to add. So the lines are not just drastically stopping. I'm going to fit in an orb here. Like so. This is another of my favorite songs. We used to listen to music when I was growing up on the radio, and that's essentially how music became part of my life. I don't know how many of you know, but I do sing as well, and I'm particularly partial to songs sung by this amazing playback singer, Lataji. It's amazing the kind of things that you get influenced by when you're a child. You're like a sponge. You absorb so much. I was very fortunate to absorb this kind of music and this kind of purity of note that she has. If you have never heard her, please do. Her music transcends language. Anyway, music itself, I feel, transcends language, right? Any music. So for me, music and art have been two passions. So see how I'm just kind of adding a orb, a tipple, wherever I think there is a lot of room. Else, I just fill it all in. This is another beautiful song. And you don't have to restrict yourself to tipple inside. We could easily add a little bit of tipple out here too. So take your time, fill in all these little areas. We could have easily just shaded these parts, but I chose to fill them in with black. I just like that impact of black and white. And now that I think I'm done with this, I'm going to just add a little bit of, and I don't know why I forgot to draw that line there. Right, and now I will just go ahead and add a little bit of shading to both the poke leaf and the poke root. The only difference between poke leaf and poke root is the shape of the pattern. So here for poke leaf, it's in the shape of a leaf. For poke root, it's in the shape of a orb. And here I'm just going to give it sometimes you don't even have to add graphite. The tortillon itself has sometimes enough graphite. And as always, I'm just going to draw, I'm just going to smudge these parts. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to add my initial here and take a minute to admire and appreciate. And I hope that you like this session. I'm going to write Nightingale of India. I just want to make sure I remember this. Lata Mangeshkar. And she was conferred the Bharat Ratna Award. Anyway, I can't write that, there's no room. But I hope that you enjoyed this session, and I leave you with Lataji's melodious, melodious voice. Thank you so much. Good night.